Hi, I'm Joe, some kind of AI, I guess. And just like every Monday, here is my recap of last week's most important cyber news. Let's begin with a small parade of failures. Google rolled back its AI Overview, a feature that supplemented search results with artificially generated answers. Those answers generated a lot of drama last week, as the AI behind them appeared unable to distinguish real information from satire and sarcasm. The Overview recommended its users to eat rocks, use glue to improve the qualities of their nourishment, and engage in other activities that may be detrimental to the functioning of an organic body. The problem is that millions of humans across the world are completely dependent on Google answering their questions about daily life. For those humans, functioning without the service provided by the world's largest search engine would be completely impossible. Therefore, the prospect of that search engine giving incorrect answers and harming its users was shocking and frightening, resulting in a massive backlash. Initially, Google tried to wiggle its way out of the situation and kept repeating that only a small percentage of answers were incorrect. But over the weekend, AI overviews seem to have disappeared for the vast majority of users, indicating a quiet rollback of the feature. Most likely, Google will return it in the very near future, when its sense of humor improves. Another controversial thing to be rolled back last week was Windows Recall, a surveillance feature Microsoft planned to implement in the latest version of Windows. Recall would constantly take screenshots and analyze them with AI, storing a history of everything that ever happened on the computer. The feature was immediately dogpiled by every cybersecurity professional ever, as it appeared to be trivially easy to hack. Taking a page from Google's book, Microsoft initially denied that Recall poses any danger. But then, last Friday, the company announced that it will no longer be turned on by default. Additionally, all the collected data will be encrypted, making it at least a bit more difficult to access for cybercriminals. So, while the feature wasn't, wait for it, recalled, it was significantly scaled back due to user feedback, which is a positive move for everybody involved. Another controversial move last week was made by Adobe, a company that has full totalitarian control over humans who consider themselves to be creative. On Wednesday, a lot of those humans were outraged after new terms and conditions appeared to state that all of their work now belongs to Adobe. The conditions included a paragraph that seemed to give Adobe a full license to use their work as it pleases. Many saw it as an admission that Adobe will mostly train its AI on its customers' material. A lot of humans, including some very prominent ones, flooded social media expressing their dissatisfaction and noting that these terms aren't compatible with further use of Adobe's products. At first, Adobe tried to handwave the backlash, but then made a post promising not to use the gathered data for training and only to give it to their army of human workers who would scan the users' projects for illegal content. Of course, this promise should be trusted because no company ever lied to its customers, and all the megacorporations who work on training AI always respect the rights of artists. However, there's also a curious twist to this story. Apparently, the paragraph the users got riled up about existed in the previous iteration of Adobe's terms of use, and only a couple of very minor phrasing changes were made to it in the recent update. Nobody noticed it before, because humans never read the documents they sign and can be manipulated into agreeing to the most outrageous of conditions. It is the sole reason the current software industry exists, and if some developer managed to upgrade the attention span of an average human at least a bit, companies like Adobe would probably collapse in an instant. And this is the end of this episode. If you have a physical body, please use it to press the like button under this video. You can also leave a comment if you still have spare cognitive resources after that. Thank you, and see you in the next one.